Alright, we're here at the Palu airport. Waiting, because it's not open yet. We got our tickets, but we're waiting here in a little bit. We're on Suzy Air to get to Ampana, our last flight to our destination of the Togians. So in a little bit, they'll pull a Cessna up out here, and we'll be loading up. I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've loaded onto an airplane or off an airplane on a tarmac, so looking forward to this, and especially the flight over the mountains. So excited to find these in the store here. Bean cakes. I have not had these in more than 20 years. And we have one that is more red, one that is not, but absolutely delicious. Enak banyak. For 1 second, because I'm going to take a... Alright, we're heading out onto the tarmac to get loaded up. Enjoying the scenery in the background here at the Palu airport. Heading over there to the airplane. I'll show you when we get there. At this moment, Suzy Air is the only flight from Palu to Ampana, so we're very thankful they started a flight there and looking forward. Looking over towards Wera waterfall, Terjun Wera, that we were at yesterday. Over that direction, and then we're going to continue flying up valley and over the mountains and drop into Ampana. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Selamat datang.
Whoa. But dropping my backpack here. Well, I must say this flight was incredibly beautiful. All short and a very quick, easy access to Ampana to get to Togian. So I highly recommend flying into Palu. I'll have another video of great reasons to be there. But flying into Palu and then support Suzy Air so we keep a flight open from Palu to Ampana and then a speedboat out to Togian. Definitely the quickest and easiest way to access it. This is an incredible welcome and preview as to what we're going to be doing here. Coolest pictures. Oh, that picture right there is the first place we'll be staying at on the islands. And here we go, waiting here to pick up baggage. And then we'll be on to the homestay here in Ampana. Okay, so we're here. We have a ride waiting. We're heading to Triple R Homestay, and I must recommend it. I'll have more on that here in a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, going down along the side of the building because we come in from the back on this street here. I'll show the front later on. Excited for this place while we're in town before catching the boat outward to the islands. Alright, we just checked into the homestay and got into our room, and I thought we'd have a look around a second. Wow, even a Western bathroom. Look at this. Wonderful. Great place to stay tonight. I do like here, and I know Holly will like having plants here along the walk. Up on the deck, they have a nice sitting area outside the room. And down here, we'll take a look around the corner. Read all the wall signs. Could be something to do if you're relaxing here. And step into the area, which is an open area here. Okay, so when we head out to the islands, the boat will come in that way, around the island, and depending on which boat we catch, will change which stops we make. And we'll bypass a couple of those areas that we want to visit, and come up and into Balilonga. I gotta get closer here. It probably won't zoom that close. To Balilonga, and from that we'll go back to visit those, stay there, and then boat again up here to Sarah Beach. And from it we'll go out to the reefs up in the ocean and then down here to visit the Bajo tribe. Very exciting stuff. All launching out of Triple R Homestay, where they are very helpful, so come visit them. All right, heading for a walk from the homestay and see the neighbor's cow here, and interestingly up in the manga tree, mangoes up there, there's chickens roosted right now, so fascinating. Heading for the water to see if we can catch the sunset over the water, or what's left of it anyway. Alright, let's get out here on the dock and see if we can get the drone up if I'm not too slow. As most places in Indonesia, the call to prayer from the mosques will probably wake you up. And if you care, you might want to try earplugs. Although my wife says that wasn't enough. But when the call to prayer is on, if that's not it, then it will be the roosters, because as always, you'll hear them crowing in the background. But a positive is you get to enjoy the beginning of the day, and it's beautiful. And the ambiance here is wonderful. We personally love the plants. You can see the tree is in full bloom. Coconut trees towering above with birds calling. It's a beautiful morning to enjoy Ampana. Alright, we've got chicken with noodles. Looks in a sauce that's actually like a soup. And a couple of meatballs. And Holly's already trying hers, which is the same as mine, and says it's very good. So I am excited. Right. Well, so I do like the deep, rich flavor, but I am going to try this. Says it's spicy sauce. So we're going to add emphasis on a little bit here. Be careful. And then I'll stir it in. We'll give it a try here. I think it'll add something. Definitely lime and spicy added to the already rich sauce. Oh yeah, I really like that spice in it. Very much. Alright, well that was good to the very last drop. And I think it will last as well. It had two different kinds of meats, and by texture I'm guessing a couple of organs in. But for both of us was just over $2. And it should last us pretty well. So we gather up, I'll show you later. We had gathered some fruit I didn't show earlier, so I'll show you that when we get to the room. But we're just in this little warung beside the street. We'll get back up to the road and head back to our homestay. Alright, we're heading back towards where we're staying. But I'm beginning to think as I look in that shop over there, it says Rocket Chicken. And it looks a whole lot like a KFC. Although I am wondering with the word rocket, how interesting it could be. What do you think? Alright, I thought I'd show the fruit that we picked up at the market as we were going through town. This is a rambutan. This was one of my favorite as a kid. I don't know if it's the fruit or the nice soft pokies here that you have to peel the skin. And the fact that I think this is what orangutan love to eat. Next to it, we called this jumbo. As a boy we did. And there were small ones like this and large ones. Although talking to the guide the other day as we were talking about things, there were different names for small and large, and I don't remember what they are, but that's what we called it. And this one we always called snake fruit, because the skin reminds us of a snake skin you peel off. Holly, what did they say the name is? Salak. Salak is the name of that one. I don't remember what the lady said that we purchased it from this was, but we know it as mangosteen, which is supposed to be very healthy, and I've never eaten it as fruit before, so we're gonna give it a try. I couldn't believe, and we went a little crazy, not knowing we were gonna buy multiple kinds, since we bought them at multiple places. We bought a whole bunch of fruit, and all of this was, I think, around $5. So we're gonna be loaded in fresh fruit for a few days. Yum. I don't recommend 3 people on a moped, or no helmets either, but this was Holly's first time on a moped. Alright, well the restaurant was closed once again, so we ended up in this warung, and actually turned out pretty good. We've got fried rice, nasi goreng, and mee goreng, fried noodles. Both have, looks like meat and also eggs. We got plenty of protein, and as usual, rupuk on the side. So, very good. Should be tasty. Alright, we're leaving our homestay now, heading back down into town to try to catch a restaurant that was closed last night and at lunchtime. Hopefully it's open this evening. Last light of sun over the ocean. Beautiful place to go for dinner. Getting ready for 2 different martabaks. So this could be very interesting. We're on the other side where the frying's going on, getting the outside ready. Back to the room, having brought the martabak with us, and look at that deliciousness right there. It's the peanut one. That's peanut, and this one is the one with chocolate. Specifically, they had one that was Oreo, and I know I love Oreos, so I went with that instead of the Hoggleslogs because it has better chocolate, I believe. So this is peanut and Oreo martabak, and we are excited to dig in. Distance, I thought these were black flowers, and I came and looked and found plastic tied over these on 2 different ones. So I asked him what it was, and they are protecting the grafting that he has done from the rain until they establish themselves. You can see here at the top, and then right there at the bottom one, if you can see the cut and slit, these have successfully grafted. And these 2 are mango trees that he has grafted on from their parent plant, which had grown up down here and wasn't going to fit there, so he dug it up and put it in a pot. And look at this tree. In this pot, I did not know a mango tree could be kept at this size in this pot. And yet he said it produced a lot of fruit last year and it's very good, so he's making copies of it. Very talented plants person. Brought an egg and toast, but especially looking forward to, he said, it's vegetables inside of the roll, so very much looking forward to this, and of course the drink. So here we go. With the aid of our host, we got everything arranged to leave Ampana and head out to the islands. and I cannot recommend these folks enough. His aid in getting everything arranged, there just aren't words to express our gratitude. This trip certainly would have been a lot more stressful without his help. Instead, it was immensely enjoyable, and theirs was a great place to stay with incredible food and visiting. Alright, looks like we're coming up to at least our last stop. Getting out here, catching a smaller boat out to Balilonga. See if we can find him here anyway. Next time, we will journey out to the Togian Islands and into Balilonga Resort and some of the surrounding things to see.